name is Yogya Bhatia and I'm a legal intern at Lexis & Company. Today I'll be talking about laws prohibiting hoarding and black marketing in India. The meaning of the term black marketing is an illegal transaction of distribution and production of the goods and services, which are prohibited by laws such as drug trade, prostitutes, illegal currency transactions, human trafficking, etc. The purpose behind these transactions is generally to evade the tax levied by the government of country. These kind of transactions usually done through cash only so that they can hide from the eyes of the government. These kind of transactions also lead to money laundering. The people find this way easy to earn more money within less time period. The black market can be identified by four kinds of economy. The illegal economy. The meaning of illegal economy means that when the people indulge in such activities which are related to production and distribution of the other goods and services prohibited by law to evade the taxes and earn money through simpler ways. The purpose behind to prohibit such transactions is to protect the society against wrong, but some people for their personal benefit harm the society as a whole. 2. The unreported economy. These other activities consist of those transactions which should be reported to the government of country but actually are not reported. These kinds of transactions takes place without the interference of the government of country, so this is called as unreported economy. The purpose behind these illegal transactions is also to evade the tax. Third, the unrecorded economy. This is in regard to the unrecorded income of people. According to the National Income and Product Account, some amount is to be expected as the income of economy must be recorded in such account every year, but actually are not so recorded because of black marketing through evading tax. The informal economy. The informal economy includes that part of economy which is not taxed. This is called an informal economy. It does not cover the benefits and authority as rights provided by the government to the society in some transactions such as property relationships, commercial licensing, labor contracts, financial credit, social security systems, etc. Meaning of hoarding. The term of meaning hoarding is the purchase of large quantity of commodity with the intention to sell it in future when it is under stock or not available in the market at a higher price. We can say this as a kind of monopoly over market when people do not have any option to purchase the same commodity with other buyer due to shortage of the same. This way the concept of hoarding is somehow related to black market, as this kind of transactions are also prohibited by law. The same way as black marketing, people indulge in the hoarding business to maximize their profit by the unfair means of business. This commodity is generally a basic good used in commerce by a large number of people. The term hoarding is different from cartelization, as in cartelization, there are a number of suppliers or manufacturers who come together and try to limit the supply of goods for some time so that as the event of shortage of such commodity, they all can monopoly over the market and maximize their profits through raising the price of the goods. On the other hand, the process of hoarding, there is individual participant who try to capture the market, but the hoardings can easily be converted into process of cartelization by come to an agreement by number of suppliers or sellers to limit the supply of any particular commodity used by public at large. The Prevention of Black Marketing and Maintenance of Supplies of Essential Commodities Act 1980. The Prevention of Black Marketing and Maintenance of Supplies of Essential Commodities Act 1980 was enacted on 12 February 1980 and came into force on 5th October 1979. This act prohibits the participants to get indulged into black marketing or hoarding transaction by its provisions, under which there are provisions for punishment against such persons who commit the same. This act empowers the state government or central government or an officer of rank not below the joint secretary representing central or state government, in case has a reason to believe that a person is committing an against provision of the act, shall make an order for detaining such person. This act also gives a similar power of district magistrate and commissioner of police to take any action against such participants. Section 3, subsection 2 says any order taken by an officer under this act shall be brought into the notice of government along with the relevant details. The order shall remain into force for not more than 12 days after making it within which the state government shall approve the order. The state government shall within 7 days report to central government along with grounds of order where other detention order under section 3 subsection 2 shall be carried. Even if the order of detention was carried out outside the territorial jurisdiction of the government making order, it shall not be invalid merely on this ground. Section 4. According to this section, if a person is found to avoid order of detention or is absconding, the government or officer shall draft a report in writing to Metropolitan Magistrate of Judicial Magistrate, first class, who shall order against such person under 82, 83, 84 and 85 of Code of Criminal Procedure, which shall apply against the person and his property. Provisions of Section 4 are also applicable once authorities have an apprehension of absconding of person against whom orders of detention have been made. In case of failure to make an appearance before the court, such person shall be imprisoned extending 1 year and with fine or both. These offences fall within the category of cognizable offences. The detained person should be aware of the grounds of detention and shall be given an opportunity of fair representation. Thank you.